Hello everybody, this is your boy TGK back here on TGK TV, and shout out to all the Luka fans and all the Mavs fans and anyone that's a fan of basketball. Today we have an interesting video. Today I am going to use CHAT GPT to help build the ultimate roster around Luka Doncic, right? We're going to give CHAT GPT free reign to be able to come up with a roster that best suits Luka Doncic, to surround him, to then be able to create a championship team. So it's a very interesting one. I try to make it as detailed as possible, but I hope y'all enjoy this. Let me go ahead and show you the results. So before I show you what I asked Chat GPT to come up with, I basically gave Chat GPT free reign to be the GM of this unknown team for this unknown player. I didn't give any details about the player's name, what the team is. I just gave ChatGPT the age, what this player is capable of, what the strengths are and what the weaknesses are, and for them to build a team around this. And once I show you the results from this, you're going to sit there and think, man, why can't the Dallas Mavericks just do that? Right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the conversation with ChatGPT. All right, so I got this here in front of me. I'm gonna read it off to y'all as I show it to you on screen as well. So I basically just kind of started off as a way like, what if I told you type of deal, and then that's what we did here. So this is what I asked ChatGPT. I said, what if I told you you are the GM of a basketball team? You have a 24-year-old generational basketball talent. He is 6'7", and he has put up stats that rivals Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, LeBron James early in his career, and has been up for MVP consideration. Averages 32 points per game, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals per game. Shoots above 58% from the field and about 33% from the three, and also has an insane usage rate of above 40%. To win a championship, to win a championship, I am giving you free reign to build a winning roster around this player. Remember, this player is absolutely unstoppable offensively. However, his weakness is his defensive abilities. My bad. On defense, he can hold his ground in the post, but perimeter defense is below average. He does complain a lot to referees, which also impacts getting back on defense. And then I've progress to ask, now tell me what would be best to build around this player. This player is the point guard of our team. Describe to me the shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center, and bench players, size, height, and player capabilities. All right, so we got the big question out the way. Maybe I could have been a little bit more detailed, but I just wanted to see on the surface level, like what Chat GPT is going to come up with, right? So Chat GPT says the following. As the GM of the team, I would first acknowledge the incredible offensive capabilities of the 24-year-old generational talent and recognize the need to complement his strengths and weaknesses with a well-rounded roster. Here's a breakdown of the positions and players I would consider building around this player. ChatGPT starts off with shooting guard. To balance out the offensive load and provide reliable perimeter defense, I will look for a versatile shooting guard, ideally a player with good defensive skills, solid three-point shooting, and the ability to create their own shot. This player should also be a strong communicator on the defensive end to help cover for the point guard's weaknesses. Additionally, a player with good basketball IQ and decision-making skills would be valuable. Now, I did not let ChatGPT know that we somewhat do or don't have Kyrie at the moment, but I just kind of wanted to give him free reign to see what he will look into, what kind of player to fit around Luka. Now, having a shooting guard that could has the ability to create their own shot, that can shoot a three-point shot, that has good defensive skills, makes total sense, right? Small forward. For the small forward position, I would prioritize a player who excels at perimeter defense and has the ability to guard multiple positions effectively. Offensively, I will look for a player who could provide scoring support and stretch the floor with consistent three-point shooting. This player should also have a good court vision and passing skills to capitalize on a point guard's playmaking ability. Small forward. Sounds like Josh Green, right? Like if Josh Green meets his potential and what we think of him, that could be him right there for sure. Yes, he does. Josh Green doesn't have the height necessarily that we would like, but I think he could fit these these ideals for a player at a small forward. Next position, power forward. At power forward, I will seek a player who brings a combination of size, strength, and defensive prowess. This player should excel at protecting the rim, rebounding, and providing interior defense to compensate for the point guard's defensive limitations. Offensively, a power forward with a solid mid-range game and the ability to finish at the rim would be ideal. For some reason, we were able to, in the draft, somehow get Jarvis Walker or Taylor Hendricks, or Hendricks Taylor. I forgot how you said it, Taylor Hendricks. I think that kind of meets the power forward position. I do think Christian Wood can kind of do this. Christian Wood can protect the rim. He does have decent interior defense when he does play it. But you need someone that can come in here and actually do that consistently throughout the year. And I do think Christian Wood had a rough time being able to stay consistent with that due to the coaching inabilities of Jason Kidd. I don't know. I think Christian Wood could stay and fill that role in pretty nicely. But it's interesting to see that ChatGPT is just, and I know it's kind of seems very generic, but it makes sense. Like the ChatGPT is asking for defense and a player that can make a shot, a player that has some kind of skill, a player that can protect the rim. Is that too much to ask for? I'm just saying. And then for the center position, I would target a dominant rim protector and rebounder. This player should possess excellent defensive instincts and the ability to alter or block shots. Offensively, a strong finisher around the rim and an effective pick and roll partner for the point guard would be valuable. Additionally, a center who can anchor the defense and communicate well on switches would help cover the point guard's perimeter defense deficiencies. Well said, no disagreement here. We don't have a center that could do that. He adds, or she adds, or it adds, ChatGPT adds, in building the bench, I would focus on assembling a combination of reliable role players and specialists who could provide scoring, defense, and energy off the bench. This would include backup guards who could facilitate the offense, knock down open shots, and play solid defense. I would also look for versatile forwards who can guard multiple positions, rebound effectively, and provide scoring in different ways. Finally, having a backup center who could provide a different style of play and maintain the defensive intensity would be crucial. Overall, the key would be to surround the generational talent with players who excel in areas where he may have weaknesses, such as perimeter defense. Building a well-balanced roster with a mix of offensive firepower, perimeter defense, rim protection, and strong communication skills would give the team the best chance to compete for a championship. Cool. Baseline, we got something there, right? I followed up with ChatGPT right after that, and I asked, can you elaborate on the build of each starting player, size, height, weight, and years in the league, ideally? So ChatGPT responds and says, certainly, here's a detailed breakdown of the size, height, weight, and years in the league for each starting player, along with a brief description of their capabilities. So point guard, generational talent, 6'7". It says weight to maintain his agility and quickness. He weighs around 215 pounds. Years in the league, this is his 4th year in the league. All right, so he just finished his 4th. But ChatGPT is asking for Luka to be 215 pounds to maintain his agility and quickness. I'm just saying. Shooting guard. He's asking for the shooting guard to be around 6'5 to 6'7", approximately weighing 200 to 215 pounds. Years in the league, ideally a player with at least a few years of experience, around 3 to 7 years. This provides a good balance of maturity, experience without compromising their prime years. All right, well, we know our shooting guard, which is Kyrie, or can we call him our point guard? I just think Luka is considered our point guard, but he's more like a point forward. But we don't have that position for ChatGPT to speak on. Small forward, ChatGPT asks for a player to be around 6'7", 6'9", weigh around 210, 225 pounds. Ideally, a player with 4 to 8 years of experience. This ensures a solid understanding of the game, defensive abilities, and maturity to handle different situations. It's pretty good. For a power forward, you want someone around 6'9 to 6'11", 220 to 242 pounds. Years in the league, a player with 3 to 10 years of experience will be suitable. This provides a balance between youth and experience, ensuring the necessary physicality and defensive capabilities. Center, around 6'11 or 7'2", approximately 240 to 260 pounds. Years in the league, ideally a player with 4 to 12 years of experience. This ensures the necessary experience to anchor the defense, protect the rim, and provide leadership in the front court. It's important to note that these specifications are approximate and can vary based on the specific players available in the league. The listed size and experience ranges are intended to provide a general framework for building a balanced and effective roster around a generational talent at the point guard position. All right, cool. Well, we've said that. Now, you hear all that. You see what ChatGPT said. You kind of think like, dang, like, why haven't we been asking ChatGPT this a long time ago? No offense to the Mavs front office, no offense to Mark Cuban or Nico Harrison, but they haven't shown us that they can come up with ideas like that, to think of the team this way. Instead of viewing the players that they've had in the same regards, and not think about being able to move them and come up with a different opportunity to find different players. Like, get creative with trades, right? ChatGPT put it out there very simply, very calmly, that you need to find players in each of these positions that have defense, like defense all across the board, the ability to create their own shot, the ability to shoot a shot, and the ability to rebound and defend the rim. And that is maybe asking a lot for this league and this new CBA, but that is very ideal. Like, if you could find those players to fill in those roles and then work out the chemistry side of things, work out whatever kinks there is. I think ChatGPT nailed it right on the head as far as how to build a roster. But I followed up with ChatGPT, right? I followed up because I think y'all were going to ask this. And I asked ChatGPT the following. I said, now what if I told you this same team with the generational talent has a top 10 pick in the upcoming draft? The same team, and this is where I let them know about Kyrie, the same team has a superstar shooting guard. However, the team needs to build up talent ASAP with no seasons to waste on development. What should this team do with the pick to best and most ideally improve the team for the upcoming season? And that's just more, how would I put it, more what I think the Mavs need to do. Like, you can't waste any more seasons with Luka, and Kyrie's about to hit his 31s, 32s. So you can't waste another season trying to develop. So I asked the question, and ChatGPT followed up with the following, right? ChatGPT said, if the team has a top 10 pick in the upcoming draft and the goal is to quickly improve the roster for the upcoming season without focusing on player development, there are a few strategies the team can consider. ChatGPT said, trade the pick for an established talent. One option is to trade a top 10 pick for a proven player who can make an immediate impact. Look for teams that are willing to trade a veteran player, preferably a position of need, in exchange for a high draft pick. This allows the team to add an established player who can contribute right away and complement the generational talent and superstar shooting guard. They also added, select an NBA-ready prospect. If the team decides to keep the pick, they should target an NBA-ready prospect who can contribute immediately. Look for players who have demonstrated advanced skills, maturity, and a well-rounded game that aligns with the team's needs. This could be a player who has excelled in college or in the international leagues and possesses the necessary skills to make an immediate impact. Jarvis Walker and Hendricks. ChatGPT also added, address areas of need. Identify the team weaknesses and prioritize selecting a player who could fill those gaps. Assess the roster and determine which positions or skill sets need improvement. This could include finding a player who excels defensively, provides three-point shooting, and brings additional playmaking ability. By addressing areas of need, the team can quickly bolster their roster and enhance their chances of competing in the upcoming season. Lastly, ChatGPT adds, seek versatility and fit. Look for prospects who could fit well alongside the generational talent and the superstar shooting guard. Consider players who have the versatility to contribute in multiple ways and have a complementary playing style. This ensures better chemistry and a smoother integration of the new player into the team system. Ultimately, the team should carefully evaluate all options, including trade opportunities, the available prospects, and the team's immediate needs. The objective is to make a decision that maximizes the team's chances of improving for the upcoming season while aligning with the long-term goals of building a successful roster around the generational talent and the superstar shooting guard. Now, you know, a lot of us could just say, well, it kind of goes without saying. That's just some real basic stuff. But honestly, can we give the Dallas Mavericks that pass that, you know, they know what they're doing? We have wasted draft capital on Kristaps Porzingis. It didn't work. The Kyrie Irving idea is still up in the air. It looked like it could work. I think it could work. Now, the thing is, can the Dallas Mavericks make the necessary moves, make the necessary changes, make the necessary adjustments to improve this team to best get the best out of Luka and Kyrie? Now, regardless of the LeBron James rumors, regardless of CP3 being waived, whatever that all entails, I think if you're able to just keep Kyrie and Luka, you can make moves to improve this team. But if you kind of go off of what Chat GPT says, I 1000% agree that that's like the ideal scenario. I think at this point, it is beyond the ideal scenario, and it is what Luka needs. He needs players around him that could play defense, shoot a three, create their own shot every now and then, and protect the rim. And that is a lot to ask for, because those kind of players and those positions demand money in this league. And with this new CBA, it just seems a lot harder to do. So you have to get extremely creative. Now, how creative can the Dallas Mavericks get? That is going to be the biggest question in this upcoming offseason. But I'm extremely excited to see what happens. I don't know, but I think ChatGPT, if ChatGPT was allowed to run the Dallas Mavericks, they would do a kick-ass job in finding the correct players to surround Luka Doncic, because I don't think ChatGPT is going to have any emotional ties to players. I don't think ChatGPT is just going to keep players here just because of what they do in the community. Like, my goal is to win. And I think ChatGPT's goal is to just win, right? And the idea of winning is to win championships, not just win regular season games. So, all right, guys, so we let ChatGPT, quote unquote, the AI, develop or build around Luka Doncic. Let me know what y'all think of what the AI was able to provide. And do y'all think that would get us to a championship level team? I mean, if ChatGPT had free reign, who knows what could happen? I think we would be a lot happier with the roster moves that they would do. Hopefully the Dallas Mavericks are on the cusp of greatness. You never know. Things could go crazy in this upcoming offseason. But before we head out, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. It has been your boy TGK. I'll be coming back with a lot more videos. Until next time, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.